let's look at our 10th example. Factor negative 4x to the fourth plus 4x squared. So negative 4x to the fourth plus 4x squared. Now, first thing we'll do is factor out the GCF, the greatest common factor. And with the GCF, if your first term is negative, you always factor out a negative. Number-wise, these both have a 4, so I'll bring out a 4. This one has 4 x's, this one has 2 x's. I want to factor out the most x's I can, but I can't factor out 4 x's if this one only has 2. So I'll factor out 2 x's. Well, negative 4 divided by negative 4 gives me a positive 1. I had 4 x's. I envision this, I got 4 x's sitting on a table. I come up and I take 2 of them away. How many of them are left? So we'll have x squared left. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1. We had 2 x's. We took both of them away, so there's none left. Now that 1 becomes invisible, so this is x squared minus 1. And now we're going to use the difference of 2 squares. Two terms with a minus between it, we'll try to write it as something squared minus something else squared. Now remember, you look at each piece, like I look at the x squared, and I ask myself, what times itself gives me x squared? And that's x. I look at the 1, and I ask myself, what times itself gives me the 1? And that's 1. Now the negative 4x squared doesn't change anything, it just keeps carrying down out in front. Since we're able to write it as something squared minus something else squared, our difference 2 squares says we take what's inside our first set of parentheses, we add what's inside our last, and we take what's inside our first and we subtract what's in our last. And that would be our answer. Let's see which one it matches. Negative 4x squared, x plus 1, x minus 1. Matches C. So 10C. 10C.